Hey guys, welcome back to the next episode of our Satisfactory Let's Play. I know it's been a minute since the last time I have uploaded a video, but we're back and hopefully we are going to be in our groove. With that said, this should be the second episode of our fuel power plant. I know I'm not looking because I'm going to do a big reveal of what I've done so far. But hopefully, we'll be back on a regular, scheduled uploads and all that. But I believe this is episode 10 now. So with that said, I believe last episode we built the refineries for the heavy oil residue. In this episode, we are doing the refineries and packagers for the fuel, the diluted fuel. So with that, I kind of got carried away. I have been kind of working a little bit, and this is what we've got. This actually is complete already. So the next step is actually to get the fuel refineries going. But let's just pop down here and kind of give you a little overview of what we've got here. So we've got these fluid buffers. These are all full. And as I'm describing some of this stuff to you, I'm actually going to empty these and kind of show you what this is doing to our power grid. Like I said, we're probably still going to build this as if we're going to be doing the turbo fuel, but again, we don't have the sulfur necessarily to sustain that right now. So I might build the next floor up above us and just leave that empty, and that's going to be the refineries for the turbo fuel. And then the floor above that is actually going to be where all of our fuel generators are going to go. It's kind of hard to tell because honestly, at the point of when we get to that point of like the Mark III miners and all that, we're gonna be doing nuclear at that point. So I might still do some turbo fuel, maybe do like a hybrid system, but it just kind of depends. But the way I see it is we may not actually need the turbo fuel. I believe we are still planned on doing I think it's like 68 gigawatts of power or something. Just with this system alone. I think it might actually be more. Not exactly sure. Oh, okay. It's been a while since I've used the jetpack like this where I'm doing long travel, because it's usually I'm on the ground just boop, boop, boop. I'll go over how these are set up in a second. Let me just turn this on and then I'll show you how I did this. But again, we're going back down here to where our control system is so we can turn these on. Again, it's divided into 4 sections with the 4 pipes. So we'll turn these on, and you can see with all of this, we're now starting to use battery power, just with the system starting to turn on. But you can see we're way overusing, like our max consumption is well above our max production capacity. So it's pretty crazy. And of course that max current consumption is going to continue to go up. So again, just a little overview. We've got the oil extractors. We've got 2 up there. So those are 2 pure. They're coming down this way and up this way. We've got a pure right over there, and then we've got 2 normals right here coming down this way, and then it jumps over to come on this line here. Again, we're just making the heavy oil residue, and the polymer just goes underneath us right here into these awesome sinks. So you can see they're coming in there. I will probably transport the polymer to another location because this area is already pretty big, and you can see it. I'm not actually getting like a full 60 frames because of how massive this build is, and in all honesty, it's going to get even bigger because the fuel generators are coming in here. So to give you an overview of how this works, we have these fluid buffers filled with heavy oil residue. And you've got the 2 lines, so that's going in. So like for instance, this is this one and this one are both line 1, so they're coming from one oil pipe, however you say it. You probably get what I'm saying. So, and then they're split into two sections because it's producing more than 600 per line, basically. So that's why we had to split these up into two. Now these two are now going to these two sections, so this section right here and this section right here, okay? And the way this works is we've got water coming up from here, and then we have the containers to make the water, basically, okay? And I'll show how this is getting cycled. If any of you guys have ever watched, I believe it's Bits. It's basically almost identical to what he's done with his current fuel production, as far as like the layout. So I'll show you what's underneath. So yep, we got water coming in, we've got the empty canisters making packaged water, then we've got the heavy oil residue coming in with the packaged water creating diluted fuel. Then that diluted fuel gets over to this packager, unpackages the fluid or the fuel, and then the empty canisters actually come down underneath. So to give you an idea what that looks like, we pop down here, you can see that they're just recycling back into their system. And then I'll go down and show you how the water extractors work. So I think these should all be on now. Yeah, so you can see we've got that, all those batteries, guys, that we built during the last few episodes, we're getting 12 hours. That's absolutely insane that it's using up that much power. Because again, we've got that huge battery facility over there. Now we take a look at our fluid buffers. And yep, yeah, see, they're almost already filled. So absolutely crazy. Oh, I'm jumping way too far. Oh, you know what? Let's just come down here and I'll show you the water extractors. So, what you see here, we have 7 water extractors per line. So, let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines, I believe, something like that. So we've got 8 lines of water extractors by 7, okay, and they're going in like this, and I've got them separated into 3 going up because it was over 1200 water, I believe, or something like that. So something crazy. So that's why we've got several different entrances, and it works out pretty great. There is a lot of clipping going on in here as well, just because of the what do you call them? The floor lifts, the conveyor lifts, clipping next to the pipes. But if you want to see something real clipping, I'll show you some real clipping. It's kind of interesting how I actually did this, and I hope it doesn't. I heard pipes are weird when it comes to clipping, and I hope it doesn't hurt the performance. We will see if the math lines up and all that. Let's head right on over, and I'll show you how the clipping is affected here. Ooh. So you can see right here at these turn joints that they're clipping here, and then it's not this one. I think there's also some other clipping going on. Well, I mean, at each turn, basically, there's clipping. But yeah. All right. As far as like the outputs go, I'll give you a little look at how this is set up. Ooh, come on. I need to get walkways set up here. Okay, so I believe it's the first 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, so it is 7. So there's 14 in each line. So it's, you get the first 7, and they come into this pipe, and then they jump up a little bit, and the next 7 take the line from there. And then they turn, and I have these here to make sure that the buffers actually fill up completely, because if I didn't have these pumps, the buffers what am I saying, would actually come up to about this line. So yeah, that's why I've got that there. So we need to talk about what we're gonna do next. Let me actually give you guys a fly overview. exclamation point fly. So that way you can kind of get the scale here of what we've got. So I need to do some design work and build up the next floors, make this thing look a little cool. Pretty it up basically. And build the next floor, which will be empty because it's going to be the refineries for the turbo fuel eventually once we get there. Let's get to the autosave. So the second floor here is going to be empty, and that's going to be reserved for all the turbo fuel refineries. And then the third floor is where we're going to be putting all of the fuel generators. So I expect this building to be about probably where we are as far as how tall it is. So it's going to be my biggest build so far. So yeah, on the topic of builds and other things, I know I talked about doing Fixmas, but I noticed that there was already some good coverage from a lot of the pros with that. I actually did disable Fixmas. I'm a little bummed about it. If you guys do want to see me and see how like the mechanics work for Fixmas and all that, I can create an alternate save account in creative mode and show you guys what's involved with that. I mean, it's not, you know, it's fun. It's a great little side thing to do, but it really it doesn't provide any benefit to the completion of the game. It's just extra factories for, you know, some fun unlocks and all that fun stuff. So if you guys are interested, just leave a comment down below and I'll create an alternate save account. Might even include blueprints, because I know I haven't really done much other than that one video for blueprints. And actually next episode, when we actually finish this fuel power plant, won't have blueprints in them. But the following episode, I'm thinking I'll do blueprints, like getting some blueprints up, and then doing a little bit of design work on the factories, because there's a lot that hasn't been finished yet. I mean, you can see like this bridge and all that, you know, obviously needs to be designed. And then probably just some exploration, see where we can get some more. And then we obviously need to expand our current productions of things. Like, we're not producing enough modular frames to build a modular frame factory. We also need to get a lot of train lines and everything else set up. One thing I did here, and I'm super excited about that, is Paradise Island. It luckily isn't going away. So Paradise Island is here to stay. So because of that, I'm actually thinking about making, and since there's like no resources and stuff like that at Paradise Island, I'm thinking about making Paradise Island the distribution center of my world. Now I know that's lopsided, because, you know, what if something, you know, here, like let's say I've got a production here, and I bring that transportation, I bring those products over to the transportation or the distribution hub, and then it's going to go back up here. Now, that doesn't make a lot of sense, but we'll see how we want to divvy that up. But I'm thinking central storage and central distribution center right here. So like our stator factories, our modular frame factories, and all that kind of stuff. And as we build more modular frame factories and other things, they'll get put into here, and then wherever they are needed, they'll get pulled out from here and somewhere else. That might be flawed thinking, but, you know, it is what it is. I mean, this is my save file, or our save file, depending. Obviously, your input is much appreciated. Obviously, we've had Josh make some inputs, and I've implemented that. So anything you guys want to say or have me do, just put it in the comments and we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and flash to kind of when I've got a lot of the design done and we're ready to start placing down some refineries. So that's where we're at, and I'll see you in a second. All right, so yeah, we've done a lot here. This is probably worth 2.5 industrial bins of concrete that I put down. Took me what, like 2 hours, I guess. I don't know. No, not that long. I mean, I had to do like all the connectors and all that other stuff, traveling back and forth with the train to grab more resources. but I'm a little conflicted with the design. See, because I did a little testing and this platform still isn't big enough to handle all of the fuel generators we need just for the standard process that we currently have. This is not including the process of turbo fuel if we end up doing that in the future. So it's a thing. I'm leaning towards potentially kind of shortening it a bit, making it skinnier. I know it looks boxy. I promise I'll do some really fun design work on this to make it look super pretty. I mean, let's also not negate the fact that this building is massive. And I wish I had hover pack. No, I am not using my fly mode to build this, because I like the feel of like actually playing the game. I just do this fly mode so that way you guys can see, you know, the scale, and I can fly around and show you what's going on. But no, I can't wait till I have a hover pack. But then again, it's also annoying getting all the power set up so that way I can actually use my hover pack. So with that, so I'm thinking I might shorten the sides here, and then I'll double it. So I'll make it 2 stories tall. But yeah, I'm missing, so I've worked it out. I can do, let's see, all of these 8 pipes, and then I think these two pipes right here will fit on this platform. So that means the rest of these 6 pipes, these 6 lines of fuel generators will have to make, and it just won't fit on this platform. So I'll shorten it a bit so that way it's a perfect 8. So I'll like alternate, I guess, or something like that. I'll do like the 2 outsides or something like that. Will be on the first platform, and then the 2 insides will go up the next floor, so that way it looks kind of uniform and all that. But we shall see. Why don't I start tearing down a little bit, get all the perfect sizing done, and then build the 2nd floor, and then we shall see how we feel about this. So I will be right back. Yes, all I can say is yes, I like this design because it does a couple of things here. So if we do end up doing the turbo fuel, we can just add floors. That's it. That's all we need to do is just add some floors. I mean, I've been a huge proponent of vertical manifolds. In my entire base, you know, my entire factory system so far has been vertical manifolds. So in a way, it's almost like that, because, you know, we'll have this floor right here of power generators, and then we'll have this floor of power generators. And then if we put in the refineries for the turbo fuel on this floor, then all I have to do is just add more floors for the extra generators. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Plus, I mean, what it's gonna be, I think it's 3 more floors of power generators if we do turbo fuel. So it's a lot of extra power. But the refineries we'll probably put right here for the turbo fuel, and then we'll probably do like the compacted coal system like somewhere over here, because that's not going to be terribly big. I do need to save this area right here because this is a nitrogen node, and we're going to need that for late to end game products. Like for instance the fused modular frames that we'll use blenders with require nitrogen to make those. So yeah, this is what we're gonna do. You can see I've already put down the power plant, so it's 33 per line. I don't know, I think I still have the signs still up. They're right here, I think. Oh, lag spike. So we're making 400 heavy oil residue per buffer. So each buffer is producing 400 heavy oil residue. And with how I've calculated it, it is 399 fuel per buffer over there. I could make it, it wouldn't be like 400 exactly. It would be like, I think it was like 406. packaged fuel or something like that for this, but I just decided to keep it at $3.99. I know that's gonna bug a lot of people, but I'm doing that for kind of a reason. One of it is like sloshing over time and all that. We're gonna have a lot of sloshing as we turn this system on, but because we're technically utilizing less fuel than what we're making, the things will get filled up, and yeah, some of the refineries will turn off for a bit of time and all that, but it's okay. I think it works out exactly how I kind of want it. Plus, we're already going to be producing just a massive amount of power anyways. So that comes up to 33 power gens per buffer with a total of 528 total, which gives us about 0.25 extra fuel per minute from each buffer. So if I wanted to, you know, if I needed a little extra fuel, I can just, you know, put in a splitter on a couple of these lines and grab a bit of fuel out of them if I need to. I mean, I've already got plenty of fuel. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, I've already got plenty of fuel for like when I need stuff, but obviously I'm going to run out of that fuel pretty soon. But by the time I run out of this fuel, I'll have the next oil refinery system, which is going to be mainly rubber and plastic, although we're still going to have to do a fuel system. So we're not done with diluted fuel is what I'm trying to get at, because we're going to be doing the recycled plastic and recycled rubber, which requires fuel. So we're going to be doing a lot of that. We'll be shipping the polymer over to the refinery systems over there. I think I'm going to do that on the coast. If I open up my map, I believe I'll probably build it right over here. Is where I'm planning on doing that, but that's not going to be for another several episodes. At least I think. I'm not really in need of plastic right now or rubber. But once we start building up some major factories, absolutely we will need that. But for right now, we're good. So yeah, this is what we're looking at. I'm going to go ahead and probably end the episode here, because the next episode is just going to be me hooking up all these, or placing down all the power generators, and all the logistics, and then beautifying the build, making it look nice and cool, getting the train lines and everything else set up properly, so that way we can pull the polymer from this area, and then eventually we'll just probably never have to come back to this place, because it will just run. But I've still got a lot of stuff here that I've got to transport over. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. I'm so glad to be back in the groove of making videos again. I know it's been a little over a month, I think, since last time I posted, and I do apologize for that, but I am back in the groove of making videos. So if you did like this, make sure to like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment, even if it's just an emoji. We want to get that comment section feeling nice and moving. But then again, whatever you want to do is great. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.